Hey, how you doing, family, friends, and everybody else in New Jersey and Pennsylvania? My name is JD, and I'm here to tell you about a new career that I have. I am a licensed public adjuster. What is a public adjuster? A public adjuster is someone who is licensed by the state to make sure that home insurance companies treat people fairly. Perhaps it's better said, property insurance companies treat people fairly, since we at Metro Public Adjustments, Inc. do both commercial properties and residential properties. So, how do we do this? How do we make sure that property insurance companies treat people fairly? The answer is many ways, but for the sake of this quick conversation, let's talk about two. The first is we conduct free policy reviews of your home insurance or commercial property insurance policy. The second is, when damage happens, we handle the claim for the policyholder completely, corresponding with the insurance company completely so that the policyholder needn't do a thing. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the first of those two things, the free policy review. When we say free, we mean free. There is no selling, there's no purchasing, there's no money involved at all. Put your wallet away, put your checkbook away. We come to you, review your home or commercial property insurance policy, walk you through it, make sure you understand all there is to understand about your own policy. Many people are paying for things for which they ought not to be paying, but probably more importantly, many people are not covered for things for which they ought to be covered. You may ask, why would you do something like that for free? Well, again, there are many answers to that, but for the sake of this video, let's talk about two. The first is, the more you know, you the policyholder know about your own policy, and the more you know about what we do, the easier our job becomes. The second is, and this is as simply as I can put it, we want you to walk away thinking of us when damage happens to someone's house you know, or heaven forbid, your own house. All right, let's talk a little bit about the second one. We handle the damage claim completely. There's lots of data out there that show the value of using a public adjuster versus going up against the insurance company by yourself. Some of that data has shown us that when damage happens to a person's home, on average, they come away with only 25 to 40% of what they ought to be paid out from the insurance company. Less than half, sometimes as low as a quarter. When you work with Metro Public Adjustments, Inc., we get you at or near 100%. And then even after Metro gets its percentage, when you work with Metro Public Adjustments, Inc., we get you at or near 100%. And then even after Metro gets its percentage, the policyholder still walks away with much more than they would have if they had gone up against the insurance company themselves, having done no work at all. We handle the claim completely. So you see, there's really no decision to be made. You can either go up against the insurance company by yourself and work like crazy to come away with perhaps 25%, or you can allow us to handle the claim completely and come away with much more. When I say completely, I mean you needn't make a phone call, you needn't correspond with them at all. You simply refer them to us. Now, I'll tell you a quick personal story. So, of those two things, the free policy review and the handling of the damage claim, when I first began doing this, I used to just brush over the free policy review. I used to say, yeah, we'll review your policy, but if damage happens, definitely give me a call. I'll never do that again. Because someone did as I suggested. They waited until damage happened and they called me. And when I got there, it was legit. I mean, there was a leak in their ceiling. There was a leak in their roof. The ceiling had gotten wet and it had collapsed in her home office. All of her computer equipment was damaged, her computer, her printer, et cetera, et cetera. There was no doubt there was damage there. So I said, all right, let's look at the policy. I looked at her policy and she wasn't covered. You know, I walked out of that house and I was sitting in my car and I said to myself out loud, I'll never do that again. I'm going to tell people to call me before damage happens. So please come away from this video knowing that the best time to call me is when nothing is wrong, so that we can review your policy, make sure you're covered for everything, and a lot of other problems work themselves out. So, one more thing. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Metro Public Adjustments, Inc. is always hiring. If you know anybody who is looking for excellent part-time income, have them contact me immediately. I can vouch for this company. I can vouch for their genuine desire to see us do well. Free trainings every week, etc., etc. I can go on and on. But you now have 3 reasons to call me. The 3 reasons are: 1, the free policy review. 2, call me if damage happens and we'll handle the claim completely. And 3, call me if there's anybody that you know who could use some excellent part-time income. Once again, this is JD, Public Adjuster with Metro Public Adjustments, Inc. That's a wrap.